Number 15. Mac's Headroom broadcast intrusion. On November 22nd, 1987, viewers of WGN-TV and WTTW were shocked by a broadcast intrusion of unknown origin. At around 11:15 p.m. Central Time, the regular broadcast was hacked and a strange image of a man wearing a mask of Mac's Headroom appearing to manically laugh as sound of static blared in the background. The intrusion occurred during a football game between the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears, and station engineers scrambled to end the hack quickly. After the station managed to return to the game, bewildered sportscaster Dan Roan joked, "Well, if you're wondering what's happened, so am I." The WTTW intrusion occurred 2 hours later during a broadcast of Doctor Who, this time lasting over a minute long.
I'll get you a hot drink, mate.
Some dry clothing.
He's a freaking nerd. Just worse than Jesus.
The hack made national headlines and became a hot topic of gossip, with the stations flooding with phone calls of viewers wondering what was happening. Both stations conducted an investigation, but the hacker or hackers remain unknown to this day. However, it appears there was no malicious intent as a motive, and it has been written off as an elaborate hoax. The case is still being talked about to this day, but it is unlikely the perpetrators will ever be revealed unless they confess to their actions. Number 14. Patterson Gimlin Bigfoot sighting. Any of our viewers will have heard of Bigfoot, plus could name at least 3 alternative names for the legendary beast. In 1967, 2 cryptozoologists named Robert Patterson and Robert Gimlin set out on a small expedition near Bluff Creek in search of evidence Bigfoot exists. On October 20th, the duo managed to strike gold allegedly spotting Bigfoot. Their horses began acting strangely, and upon scanning around saw a humanoid figure across the creek from them. Patterson took out his camera and began filming as Gimlin dismounted and approached the shore. The creature turned its head towards the men but continued walking away. This caused Gimlin to drop to his knees in shock as Patterson continued to film. At that point, the film ran out and the men quickly mounted their horses to pursue. However, they abandoned the idea out of fear of potentially more Bigfoots nearby. To this day, the film remains the most well-known footage of cryptids. It continues to be analyzed and debated, with people saying it is 100% proof of Bigfoot's existence, while others say it's simply a man in a gorilla costume. Regardless, the footage has inspired much discussion on not just the existence of Bigfoot, but cryptids in general. Number 13. The Ghost Car. Police in Garden City, New York had a bizarre encounter when an officer attempted to stop a motorist who was speeding and driving erratically. The chase lasted some time, and the officer almost lost him several times, but managed to always catch up with the car. Eventually, the car made a hard left turn towards a ditch and speeds off camera momentarily. By the time the police car pulls around, the other car is already speeding ahead on the other side of an intact chain link fence. The incident baffled local police, and after the footage surfaced on the internet, people frenzied to explain how the car warped to the other side of the fence without damaging it. The most common theory is police were chasing a ghost car, which allowed it to pass through the fence, while others believe the car carried some sort of teleportation device. Others believe the ditch visible in the footage is deeper than it looks, and the car was able to slip under without causing damage. Garden City PD has remained silent on the subject, but that doesn't stop the debate the internet has been involved in since it surfaced. Number 12. The Hampton Court Ghost. Hampton Court Palace is one of the British royal palaces and is located in Richmond upon Thames, London. A popular tourist attraction, it happens to be one of the most haunted locations in the UK. In 2003, CCTV footage captured what is now the most famous ghost of the palace. A camera overlooking a double door and small courtyard filmed the door swing open and a cloaked figure pulling the door shut again. Further analysis of the footage shows the figure appeared to have a skeletal face, giving it the nickname Skeletor. The identity of who Skeletor could be is unknown, but it is believed to be one of the 2 other famous ghosts at Hampton Court, named Catherine Howard or Sybil Penn. The CCTV captured 2 more instances of the door suddenly opening during the next few days, but Skeletor failed to reappear. Of course, many believe Skeletor was a person in a costume since it appears fully detailed in the footage, but there has been no explanation for the doors to swing open on their own. Fans hope Skeletor will show his or her face again in the future, but so far he or she seems to be a one-time haunt. Number 11, the Paris Catacombs footage. Beneath the city of romance lies a dark secret dating back centuries. The Paris Catacombs are miles and miles of tombs lined with bones of the overcrowded cemeteries. The unexplored depths of the tunnels have become a hotspot for adventurers, known as cataphiles, to explore, and has even been the site of several secret parties. However, there has been a number of deaths, mostly people who become lost in dark and succumb to dehydration and exposure. Cataphiles discovered a camera deep within the catacombs, and the tape revealed something terrifying. An unseen man is heard panting and checking out various rooms within the catacombs. At one point, the man's breathing intensifies and he begins to run deeper and deeper within the maze.
We hear his breathing get louder and louder, as though something was scaring him. He's frightened, he's frightened. Occasionally he stops, perhaps to try to decide which way to run among all the many different corridors,
until he drops the camera and disappears. To this day, the identity of the camera owner is unknown, and no bodies have been discovered near the camera's location. Experts believe the man became lost and panicked, hence his intense flight through the tunnels, while others believe malevolent forces began to pursue him, and he desperately tried to escape. Since no body has been found, at least not yet, many believe the man managed to find an exit, but has not revealed his identity out of fear of legal action against him. However, some believe the forces chasing him caught up and took him away to be another shadow in the catacombs. Number 10, the Lars Mittank footage. Lars Mittank is a German man who went traveling to Bulgaria with friends in July 2014. While there, he had an altercation with patrons at a bar over football teams, and he received a hard punch to the head. He eventually sought medical assistance after suffering severe headaches and was diagnosed with a ruptured eardrum. Doctors advised he stay in Bulgaria an extra few days in order to prevent further damage to his ear from plane cabin pressure, so he stayed behind while his friends returned to Germany. He checked into a hotel near the airport and kept in contact with his mother during an extra day in the country. However, his mother became concerned after Lars began experiencing paranoia, saying he did not feel safe in his surroundings and something seemed off. On July 8th, Lars was captured on airport CCTV walking into the airport with his belongings and walking immediately to the medical facility. Approximately a half hour later, Lars was spotted sprinting out of the airport and into the distance. This is the last time he was seen. So far, his friends and family have no explanation for his flight from the airport and continue to search for him. Family has asked if you have any information on Lars' whereabouts, contact the German embassy in Bulgaria or Bulgarian police. Link to contact information will be in the description below. Number 9, Jerusalem Lights. In January of 2011, a video surfaced of a strange UFO hovering over the Temple Mount in Jerusalem. Sometime after midnight on January 28th, the internet was sent into a frenzy, with one side saying it was definite proof of UFOs and extraterrestrials, while the other half credited it to either a natural phenomenon, aircraft mistaken for a UFO, or simply a hoax. The latter were claiming victory after veteran UFOologists declared the video a hoax, having been created through video software. However, people refuse to dismiss the video outright, and it is still a highly debated topic in the UFO world. Many have stated the fact that since it was captured from 3 different angles makes it credible, while others have stated there would have been more eyewitnesses coming forward had the incident occurred. Others not willing to dismiss the videos have suggested they captured ball lightning. Anyone can view the videos online and come to a conclusion of their own, but it certainly seems plausible the videos are real since unexplainable lights have become a global occurrence. Number 8, the Disney Ghost. The happiest place on earth would not be someone's first guess when asked to name a haunted location. Sadly, the Disney theme parks have been the sites of accidents and even deaths since their inception. Therefore, it can come as no surprise the parks would be home to a few lingering spirits. In 2009, footage from one of Disneyland's security cameras showed a transparent entity wandering through New Orleans Square. Experts have analyzed the footage and determined it has not been altered in any way. Skeptics have said the entity is a glitch in the footage, but experts have pointed out how detailed the entity is, with clearly visible movement and upper torso. This footage isn't the only piece of evidence from Disney, with security footage also allegedly capturing a ghost on the Tower of Terror sitting in the back of the ride. Now the debate is out there: the happiest place on earth or the most haunted? That's for viewers to decide. Number 7, the Norway Spiral. Earth seems to have a history of unexplained light phenomena, but no one could quite predict this strange light anomaly. On December 9th, 2007, residents all over northern Norway and Sweden reported and documented a strange light in the sky that resembled a spiral. The spiral would change appearance, originating as a bright spiral which actually spun clockwise, and then expanded into a circle with a dark interior. Most photos and videos even show a light blue light trailing down to the right of the center. The spectacle lasted 10 minutes and was seen by thousands of people and made headlines worldwide. Initially, people believed the lights were from some sort of UFO activity, the most common explanation being extraterrestrials attempting to peacefully communicate. Another explanation is it was a test of a new Russian superweapon, either as an anti-missile defense system or something more sinister. However, most people believe it as a rare natural phenomenon. The Russian Ministry of Defense was conducting a weapons test in the oblast which borders Norway the same night, and explained that the test failed and could have caused the light and spiral, which sometimes occurs when a missile fails. All explanations so far have been theories, and there is still no official explanation for the spiral, but people hope it will show itself once again since it proved to be a beautiful sight. Number 6, the Marfa Lights. From the Temple Mound in Norwegian tundra to the Texan desert, the town of Marfa has been experiencing unexplained lights since 1957, but there have been reports of them appearing since the 1800s, with the earliest sighting dating back to 1883 when an early settler reported lights which he mistook for Apache campfires. The lights have appeared in a variety of colors, including white, yellow, and blue. They have also varied in behavior, from slowly flowing up or down in the sky to having erratic behavior flying around. Experts believe the lights are a series of ball lightning and speculate Marfa could be one of those many hotspots for the phenomenon worldwide. Other theories include spiritual activity, UFOs, and even as proof of existence of will-o-wisps. The lights have become a tourist attraction to Marfa, and many travel to the desert town in hopes of catching even a glimpse of the strange balls of light. The town has even constructed a viewing station overlooking the area the lights are most reported. If you're ever lost in the deserts of Texas, be on the lookout for balls of lights in the sky, for they may lead you to the safety of Marfa. Number 5, the Brick. Ghost enthusiasts will have certainly heard of this one. The cult classic show Ghost Adventures began in 2007 when Zach Bagans, Nick Groff, and Aaron Goodwin released a documentary of their investigation of Virginia City, Nevada. While investigating the abandoned Goldfield Hotel, Bagans and Groff began hearing strange noises coming from the basement and decided to find the courage to check it out. While down there, Bagans asked if it was the spirits making the noise when a brick suddenly flew across the room and various wood planks fell on their own accord.
All right, we're going to take a look at some footage here of a brick that takes flight, and here you can see it go off right here and right there.
Frightened, Bagans and Groff fled the basement and became separated. While trying to find each other in the dark, they captured further noises and even voices that were not their own. Bagans then captured what appeared to be the sound of a woman whimpering in front of his face, followed by a loud bang.
Hey, Nick!
The footage ends there. Bagans and Groff later explained after finding each other, they found the front door still chained shut, so they jumped from a second floor fire escape to get out. Even skeptics have had a hard time explaining this footage since the way the brick flies is erratic and could not have been replicated with strings or other effects. The only way to find out is to explore the Goldfield Hotel for oneself. Number 4, Hessdalen Lights. The town of Hessdalen, Norway has been witnessing strange lights in the sky on a near routine basis. The lights were first recorded in the 1930s and sightings have been constant ever since. The sightings peaked between December 1981 and mid-1984 with between 15 and 20 sightings a week. Currently, there has been no conclusive explanation of the lights, but research is being conducted to determine their origin. Theories include the area is a UFO hotspot, Russian weapons experiments, and even spirit activity. On the other hand, it has been suggested to be ball lightning, combustion of nitrogen and hydrogen, and even the idea that they are mirages caused by the moon's reflection on car headlights. The phenomenon continues to occur today, and it has become a popular site for travelers. As of 2010, there has been an average of 15 to 20 sightings per year, making Hessdalen a popular tourist destination should anyone wish to have a chance to see the spectacular mystery lights. Number 3. Nightcrawlers. Residents in Fresno and near Yosemite National Park were shocked when CCTV footage surfaced of strange white stick-like figures walking around open grounds late at night. The figures appeared to have a head and 2 legs while missing arms and hands. They are also estimated to be around 4 feet tall. The first video appeared in March 2011, and since then a second video captured the strange creatures. Analyzers have noted the Nightcrawler skin resembles white fabric, which has led skeptics to believe it to be a clever hoax. However, others believe the creatures to be aliens on a scouting mission, considering there has only been 2 sightings of the creatures and only captured on CCTV. Another popular theory is the creatures are a yet undiscovered species, but this has mostly been disregarded due to the infrequency of times it has been spotted. Regardless of the origin, the mystery remains unknown since they have not appeared again, but paranormal enthusiasts hope one day it will appear again, and this time in front of a person rather than a camera. Number 2. Eastern State Penitentiary Entity. Prisons can be a harsh environment, so it can come as no surprise the walls of one can hold dark energy within them. Eastern State Penitentiary is located in Philadelphia and was once the home of various inmates, including Al Capone for a short time. By the time it closed in 1981, the prison gained a notoriety for how haunted it was. To this day, the historical site is a popular destination for ghost enthusiasts. In the mid-2000s, paranormal investigators captured one of the most well-known footage of an entity. A camera they set up on one of the upper catwalks managed to film a figure run towards it, then quickly double back and dart away as fast as it came. Experts have viewed the footage over and over and have determined there has been no camera trickery, nor was it someone running on camera due to the way it disappears into thin air. Even skeptics are stumped to explain the footage, saying if it were faked, it was a top-notch job by professionals. This doesn't cease discussion into the possibility ghosts exist and the idea of an afterlife. There has been no possible ID on the entity, since there are no visible features, but it can only be assumed it is another inmate who perished within the world that is prison. Number 1. The Battle of Los Angeles. One of, if not the most talked about subjects in UFOlogy, the Battle of Los Angeles was an incident that occurred on the night between February 24th and 25th, 1942. The US military spotted several unidentified objects flying over Los Angeles, sounded air raid sirens, and declared a blackout, believing the crafts to be attacking Japanese bombers. Throughout the night, 1,400 shells were fired into the sky until an all clear was declared in the morning. The official explanation has been attributed to weather balloons and combat anxiety. The attack on Pearl Harbor had occurred only months before, leaving many on edge from the possibility of another surprise attack. Many believe it was UFO spotted and the military engaged in combat with extraterrestrial crafts. Footage of the battle was taken and distributed to newsreels nationally, causing a sensation around the United States. Today, the footage and photos have been analyzed continuously and remains a part of the archives of UFOlogy. Thanks for checking out this countdown. Be sure to subscribe as we upload new videos every week. It'd really mean a lot if you join the notification squad by clicking this gear button, checking this box, and then clicking save. See ya.